Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to these. These are going to be my WWE Elimination Chamber 2013 thoughts. Oh yes, they are. I'm sorry if I'm not my usual self in this video, I'll apologise in advance. Burnt the candle at both ends, 2 nights on the trot this weekend, feeling a bit tired. So, Elimination Chamber, the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. I was going to say the Royal Rumble then, but that's because I'm an idiot. The last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, some of the pieces will fall into place tonight. We will know some of the matches we will see at WrestleMania. Hopefully, open contest. Alberto defeating the Big Show in an alright opener. This was a star and a half kind of match. Interesting little things like, I don't know, Del Rio working the leg of the Big Slow at the start when his finishing moves across arm break, and that doesn't really make any sense. When Del Rio hits a seated senton and Cole says shades of Mysterio there, that was an interesting thing to do. Armbar powerbomb spot always looks good. Look good here. Ricardo tries to interfere, gets knocked off the apron by the Big Slow, who ends up with the bucket that he carries around with him. Alberto Del Rio goes to Insiguri the bucket into Show's face and completely misses. So they do one of those things that always bugs me, and they repeat the spot, and you're like, oh yeah, you've just lost half a star there. Another Insiguri and the cross arm breaker get a submission win. Okay match, nothing special. Do you know what this match was? This match was pretty much on the money for what I was expecting this match to be. How does that sound? A bit of a cop-out, I know, but that botch was horrible, though. And then, next up, Antonio Cesaro defeating The Miz via disqualification in a match that was, because you know what I'm going to say about this one, other than the fact that the crowd didn't give a flying fuck in any way, shape, or form, this one had lots of decent storytelling and decent psychology, as The Miz came out wearing a great big bandage on his shoulder, and of course Cesaro worked the arm and shoulder the whole match. Miz, to his credit, you know I'm not a big fan of the guy, but he sold the arm beautifully, and when his time came and he managed to injure the knee of Antonio Cesaro, he worked the knee, setting up for the figure 4. It's all good, but then they just do the most ridiculously shitty finish as Miz falls down and knees Cesaro in the bollocks, and Cesaro appeals to the referee. Gullible referee, I know referees are always gullible, but gullible referee falls for it and disqualifies the Miz. Now I know some people out there may be saying that this is to set up an eventual rematch at WrestleMania, and I can live with that. I can live with a screwed finish. But of all the finishes that you could do, why do this one, man? It was just wank. That's the thing. The crowd didn't give a fuck, as they never do when it's decent mat-based psychology, and that finish was crap. This was heading towards a 3-star match in my opinion. It's a 2 1/4 loss for the crowd, half loss for that shitty finish, and then, in a shock I think to everyone, Jack Swagger defeating Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Mark Henry, Kane, and Daniel Bryan to win the Elimination Chamber. And is it bad that I enjoy Swagger's music? Let's go through this one, because this in my opinion was the best match tonight. Swagger and Coulter cut a promo before the match, which is nice. Jericho and Bryan start us off, and everything they do is lovely and nice. And Jericho makes me chuckle because he does 2 arm drags, puts on an armbar, and starts shouting, ask him. After 2 arm drags, not going to really happen, is it? Swagger's first out of the pod, and Cole runs down the multiple winners of the Chamber match, telling us that Triple H won the Chamber match 4 times. It's all good and well, but he's not in this match and isn't on this pay-per-view at all, so why even bring him up? I don't know why they did that. Kane is out next. We get a funny moment as Daniel Bryan tries to roll him up. Kane is obviously vexed about this. Bryan tries to hug it out with him. That's a funny little stuff. Orton is out next, and he hits a lovely suplex, a slingshot suplex on Daniel Bryan, bounced off the ropes, and then he does the rope drape DDT on the outside, and that's really lovely. And then stereo superplexes by Orton and Jericho is fun. Henry's the last one out, and immediately hits the world's strongest slam to eliminate Bryan. He then blasts Orton through the bullet-proof glass. Kane comes off the top and is caught into the world's strongest slam and pinned. And then Swagger and Jericho double suplex Henry on the metal on the outside. That is a nice looking spot. Swagger and Jericho out until Jericho goes for the lion salt. Henry catches him on the ropes, which is amazing, launches him into the chains. That's really good. But then a big boot from Swagger, a code breaker from Jericho, and an RKO from Orton eliminate Henry. I was genuinely surprised by that. So Henry obviously does what he does, and that's what I do, and gets vexed and hits world's strongest slams for everybody, which is lovely. They go back and forth until Swagger gets the ankle lock on Orton, broken by Jericho, who trades the ankle lock with the Wolves, but that's broken by Orton. And I have an issue here, which of course I'm sure you can imagine, is why in a match like this where it's elimination rules would you break up a submission move? Surely, common sense it takes, if someone's in the Walls of Jericho, if you're Randy Orton, you sit there going, what are you doing? It doesn't affect me. This is a chance I can get to catch my breath. So you're putting all this energy in. I'm gonna fucking RKO you when he taps out, bitch. But no. I'm gonna break up this pin. I'm gonna break up this submission because I can. Doesn't make any sense. Double rope drape DDT, which is lovely. RKO is countered. Lion Salt is countered. RKO, and it's a nice one to get Jericho eliminated. But then Swagger rolls up Orton out of nowhere to win the match. Now, if you're going to push this guy into remember in mind, this is a number one contender match. If you're going to push him into a title match, don't make it look like a fluke. That would lose a few points. But I enjoyed this a lot, actually, as every man served their purpose. There was no dead weight in this match. Henry looked strong, and Daniel Bryan, who I've got to assume are going to feud and lead to a match at WrestleMania. This could be the starting point of that. I'm happy to give this match 4 stars, to be honest. I enjoyed this one a lot. And then, speaking of matches that I enjoyed a lot, the Shield then defeating Sheamus, John Cena, and Ryback in another good match. Now, bear in mind, this is their second match. Yeah, they're doing wonderfully, aren't they? I know I didn't review it, but I did watch TLC, and the TLC match that the Shield had with Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Ryback that night was fantastic, and I would say this match was at least as good as that match. I thought Lillian Garcia was going to get wiped out at one point as a dive to the outside. Jesus Christ. I really thought this one, I know I said on my predictions that the Shield need to win this one, and I just couldn't see it personally. I just they're not. I want them to, but they're not. Cena's going to be Superman here, and lo and behold, he wasn't. He did look strong at times, that is true, but He didn't lose. I mean, he didn't. He wasn't. He was. It was never going. It was never going to be Cena who got pinned if the Shield were to win. It's one of the things that just came into my head then. Spear through the barricade by Reigns was pretty damn fantastic, wasn't it? But I've got to admit, this is the thing. I've got no problem admitting this one. Yeah, is that when Cena got Dean Ambrose up for the AA. And Ryback's got Rollins up for the shell shock. I just thought, that's it. This is it. So lo and behold, and shock and awe and happy days as Reigns spears Ryback. Rollins gets the pin. Cena looks vexed. Happy days. And was anyone else here willing Cena to AA Ryback? Just at that moment, do it now. There's your heel turn time. Do it. No. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I thought it was a good match. And of course, the right people won. So that is good. And then Dolph Ziggler came out to have a moan about not having a match, and Booker T came out and made it versus Kofi Kingston, and there was it's Kofi. This, of course, was a match to keep Dolph Ziggler occupied, not entertained. It was an all right, but a nothing at the same time. It's like, why should I care about Kofi? I want to care about the guy so much because I like him, but no. Dolph dropped Kofi off the top turnbuckle. Stomach first onto the top turnbuckle, hits the zigzag, gets the win, and after the match, B absolutely battered Kofi, who I'm sure was meant to be getting sympathy here, but no, the crowd chanted one more time to him, which is funny. In the back, Tensai, oh God, he actually made me laugh by saying that he was asked what the writing on his face means, and he says he has no idea. It's probably a sushi menu. That was fucking brilliant. I'd feel for the guy. It's one of those, why did you come back? I mean, surely you saw this coming when you signed your contract, but no. I mean, it made me laugh. And then Kaitlyn defeats Tamina Snuka, which is lovely. Did you know that she's the daughter of Jimmy Snuka? No, you'd think they'd push that to the moon, but they don't. I mean, it's like her angling his gold medals, And then in the main event, The Rock defeated CM Punk in an okay match, a predictable match, obviously, but to retain, not to win, dickhead. It's Punk coming out with the belt. It threw me for a second. To retain the WWE Championship, my prediction, of course, was The Rock. Nice story and telling in this one, though. I liked the storytelling element of this match because Rock could lose the championship by count out or by disqualification. So Punk did what anyone would do, really, wouldn't you? You'd try and get him disqualified, so you riled him up and you spat at him. You tried to get him counted out by trying with the Rock bottom on the Spanish announce table, which stubbornly refused to break, which was very entertaining. I like that one. Lawler spends a lot of the time trashing Paul Heyman in this one, even bringing up the classic, extremely crappy wrestling line, which was, yay, well done. Is that the best you've got there? Rock Bottom gets 2. Rock is launched into the referee. Go to sleep, no ref. Goes to sleep attempt is counted into the people's elbow, which only gets 2 from a second referee. Punk then rolls over the second referee's ankle, so he limps off. Punk gets the belt. Heyman holds Rock like he's going to clock him, and oh, look what happened. Paul clocks Heyman. There is much rejoicing, and the Rock Bottom gets the win for the Rock. I didn't think it was as good as their match at Royal Rumble, I must say. I felt bored in the middle of this match. That's why there isn't really much I've got to say there, is there? It was all right, is all I can say. And, I'm a massive Rock fan, but I'm starting to think this comeback was just a big mistake. Oh, right, sort of thing. But it's going to be good for business. I can understand that. It's just, this wasn't what I was expecting, sort of thing. This wasn't the electric match that I really wanted it to be, So there was one poor match. That was the women's match. I gave that a straight dud because it was me. A few okay matches at the start that you could have been better. There was 2 great matches, and then there was I'm not saying it was a bad match. There was an okay main event. That, to me, pretty much ticks all the boxes, does it not? I would happily give this show, 7.5 out of 10. Leads up to Rumble nicely. It's just weird, isn't it? Because Raw has been so wank this month. It's been very, very poo. And, this was a good show, and I'm happy about that. What do you think, though, ladies and gentlemen? Are you stunned and shocked and surprised I actually enjoyed a WWE show again? I know I am. Jesus God, it's 12 minutes past 4. I'm very, very, very tired. I'm going to leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, hit that like button for my heel beard that's starting to come back, is it not? Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. We're over 900 subscribers now, which is awesome. We're well on our way to 1,000. Q&A when we get to 1,000. My next vid will be a Raw review. If you can, get to Wigan so you can come and see Romance is Dead. It's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Tuesday. It's Sunday right now, yeah, so you're probably watching this morning. I'll be back on Tuesday, shut up, Mark, to a Raw review. And also my No Way Out 2003 review will be coming up later on this week. I hope you can watch those vids. Subscribe if you haven't already, and like I say, hit that like. Let me know what you thought in the comments. I read all of them, I promise. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Mark P, and I will see you all very soon. Tatty bye!